So today we're going to be working on this Land Rover Discovery 4 and solving what is a common problem with these cars, and that is a saggy headlining. This fix is not a permanent fix, but it's a cheap and quick way of stopping it getting worse. You're never going to solve it. You can use glue, but using glue is messy, and all you're really doing then is gluing to a failing backing. So what we're going to do is try and remove that sagginess. The front part of the car is actually not too bad. It hasn't really gone there. Normally I would just pin in the corners of the sun visor and that helps the front, but this time I'm not going to do that at the moment. What we're going to use for this job are these pins. They have various names, but I know them as pigtail pins, but when I search that I don't find anything, and they're called twist pins apparently. They're commonly used in haberdashery. You can use them for holding up the frilly skirt of a bed, or perhaps a slipcover onto a lounge suite. As you can see here, they're just a twist that looks a little bit like a pigtail. Very sharp pin actually, just watch your fingers. I've put a link in the description. And here they are on eBay in Australia. So to start, what I tend to do is find the centre of the roof and put a pin in there. What some people do is measure it out carefully and turn it into what looks a bit like a Chesterfield sofa. So you have multiple buttons all over the roof and spacing them equally. Can make that look okay, but I like to be a little bit more subtle than that. So getting the pin to start sometimes can be a little bit difficult, but you're going into a very soft board on the back. So once they start, they just sort of screw in. So having put the one in the middle, I'll then go for the corners. What I'm actually feeling along there is a beam that's part of the roof structure. Put another pin in there. Still a bit loose actually. Probably could tension that up later. And then on the other side, just in the corners, there aren't really any wires up here that you need to worry about. Maybe more so if you've got a sunroof, but this car doesn't have a sunroof, so it's fairly straightforward. And then the same on the back of that beam, in the centre, near enough to the centre. And then the corners behind the beam. It really is tempting to try and do this with glue, but it just doesn't work. It just makes a huge mess. The proper way of repairing this, of course, is to take the headlining out, strip off the old backing and put new fabric on. And some of the more modern fabrics are better. They survive longer than this type has. And this is the rear corner. Make sure they go flat. They look better if they're all the way in. Eventually you feel the twist part of the pin go through the board, and then you're on the straight part, which is below that, and it sits flush. And that's it. I normally put one in the centre there. You can see at the back there I've put one in there as well. And it makes it look a reasonable job. It could do the little bit more tensioning, which I'll come back and do, I think. And they're fairly subtle once they're in because they're clear, so you don't really see them very much. And I think you'd agree it's a vast improvement on what it looked like before. See the wind blowing it there. I've got all the doors and the windows open, so it's just sort of blowing the roof lining around a little bit, fluttering in the wind. But it doesn't really do that when you're driving. But that's why you might consider putting extra pins in the centre of the roof, possibly. It's entirely up to you. This is the second car I've done like this. We have 2 Land Rover Discovery 4s, and I did the other car, or must be 3 or 4 years ago now, and that one's still good. So this is the other car. It's a 2010 Discovery 4, where the other one is a 2012 Discovery 4. And I did this job probably 3 years ago or so. I could do with probably retensioning again. You can see here I put pins in the front sun visors as well on this car. It isn't bad though. It's one of those things you don't notice until you actually notice it. You can get in every day and not even realise, but it's just a shame that on what is a luxury car or an expensive one when it was new, that Land Rovers do this. But it's not unusual. It's a common thing across many brands. Anyway, the whole fix costs less than $10. So until I get round to actually doing the thing properly, which maybe never, it will do. I hope that helps somebody, and thank you for your time.